Most freelancers think UX audits are about fixing buttons, tweaking layouts, and making the screens look cleaner. But the real ones, the ones that land the 5 grand gigs, know better. It's not about the UI, it's about the client's business. Because once you start connecting design flaws with revenue leaks in their business, clients don't just pay attention, they pay you more for saving them money. Hi, I'm Swati. I've made over $200,000 as a freelance UX strategist. And today I'm giving you the 5 audit secrets that turn just a designer into a high paid consultant. So let's dive in. Don't trust the client brief. Here's the hard truth. Clients often think they know what they need, but most times they don't. They'll say, we need a UX audit, but what they may be picturing is a UI overhaul. I learned this the hard way. One of my early audits went completely sideways because I focused on the user experience while the client expected a visual redesign. There was a total misalignment in expectations, which could have been resolved if I just asked these 3 questions up front. So now I ask these 3 questions before I begin any audit. The first question is, what made you ask for an audit now? The answer to this question surfaces urgency. It could be bad reviews or a sales tip that triggered the client request on an audit. It always helps to get the context. The second question, what have you already tried? The answer to this question tells you what didn't work, so you don't repeat the same mistakes or duplicate efforts. And the last question you should ask is, what does success look like to you? Answer to this question shows if they care about conversions, leads, or just impressing their boss. This one shift turns you into an audit taker into a trusted expert. The second secret is a UX audit is not a redesign. Let's clear this up once and for all. A UX audit is a diagnosis, it's not the treatment. You're pointing out what's broken, not fixing it. Not designing Figma screens, not redoing the entire site for free. Your job is to spot problems, explain why they matter, and prioritize fixes. Here's what goes in my audit report. I mention what's broken, why it's broken, quick wins they can fix right now, bigger problems that need more work, no mock-ups, no wireframes, no over-delivering. If they want designs, cool, that's a separate phase. Different scope, bigger price. The third secret is know how the business makes money. You can't fix what you don't understand. Before you audit anything, ask yourself these 3 questions. What does the business sell? How do they make money? What do they spend their money on? Because if you don't understand their business model, your audit is just educated guessing. Quick story. An e-commerce client of mine had a 2% conversion rate. We ran a proper audit and made key changes, and boom, that jumped to 5.9% next month. That was an extra $100,000 in revenue. The mobile site was painfully slow, users didn't trust the checkout process, and there was no urgency or call to action. And they spent $15,000 a month on ads, which was being basted as the homepage didn't convert. So I didn't just clean up the UI, I fixed the funnel and saved the business from bleeding cash. That's the kind of audit that clients will happily pay for. The fourth secret is don't start without analytics. Okay, this one's not more of a secret, but something freelancers forget to ask for before starting the audit. I've made this mistake before and it cost me my time. So don't forget to ask this one simple thing before you do an audit. Do you have any analytics set up? If they say yes, you've got gold. Here's what I look for. The most common analytic tools I look for: Google Analytics, Microsoft Clarity, or SEMrush. What you'll find from the data is what pages are killing conversions because they load too slow, or buttons that nobody clicks, devices or browsers that break the layout, the funnel where there are huge drop-off points or high bounce rates. And this isn't extra credit, it's essential. You're not fixing guesses, you're actually solving real problems backed by data. And for the last and final secret, use AI to work smarter, not harder. Most freelancers have yet to incorporate AI into their workflow. AI isn't just about writing blog posts, it can speed up your audit and sharpen your insights. Here are some ways that I use AI in. Understanding the industry or business or even the users. Have a conversation with a generative AI about the industry your client is in, or even the business and the users. You still need to ask the right questions to ensure you capture the required information, but this conversation will help you with your critical thinking. I also use it to benchmark competitors. Having AI compare UX flows, SEO issues, and even the copy on a competitor website is really useful in understanding where they're coming from. I also use it to summarize the analytics. So I can basically feed it screenshots of reports from various date ranges and ask AI to summarize the patterns it sees in it. Earlier, I had to do this manually, but now this speeds up my process. You can also use it to brainstorm fixes. If you are stuck on what to recommend or prioritization of recommendations, you can definitely ask AI to do that. I also use it to polish my report at the end, and I just let AI clean up my notes into client friendly summaries that actually get read. AI won't replace your thinking, you still have to fact check things, but it can save you time and make you sound sharper. So don't forget to incorporate this into your workflow. So when it comes to UX audits, most freelancers stop at the surface. They say this looks messy or the button's too small, but pro freelancers and agencies, they ask the bigger questions like what's hurting the conversions or where's the money leaking and how do we fix that? Now you know how to run audits that go deeper, audits that clients trust, value, and pay for. If you're ready to start landing bigger clients with this approach, click the link in the description and let's jump on a free call. No fluff, no pitch. I'll show you how to position yourself as a high value UX consultant, even if you're just starting out. Until next time.